Hello YouTubers! Here I am with another rant. And for anyone who's been on my channel for any length of time, you know that these rants are, well, surprisingly common. Jesus Christ, I'm going to rant on myself there. They're surprisingly common because that's just what I do. I like to bitch and moan. Today I'm bitching and moaning about entry-level drum kits. And it's not because I am a professional drummer shitting on entry-level drum kits. I'm not. I'm shitting on entry-level drum kits because, quite frankly, they're a waste of fucking money. And honestly, anyone who buys them is going to end up, unless maybe the exception of the Roland TD1K, I believe, which I've heard things about the hi-hat pedal going, but that kit would probably be an exception. Now, I bought myself an Alesis Compact Kit 7. And for anyone drumming, you get these little sticks with the Compact Kit 7. Right, wrong stick. Gotta get the new one. So, picked up the Alesis Compact Kit 7. Pulled out the sticks. Not bad, not bad. Okay. I'm no Buddy Rich. Sorry, can't do any tricks. So, buy this kit, $300 Australian. Okay, cheap and nasty. I'm sure that's what you're all thinking. And I think I probably knew in a way that it wasn't going to be the best kit. And by the way, these are the old faithful sticks that I've had forever that I just absolutely love. Nice and light and really easy. So, pull out the kit, set it up. Very easy. Tabletop drum kit. Plug in the foot switches. Start trying to play along. First thing, the pads. Ow! Very, very hard. Ooh, my poor wrists. And even then, when you're whacking them, this is how hard you have to hit them in order to get any sort of sound. I'm going to have to use my desk. I'm sorry, Mr. Desk. But like this. Even then, with the snare pad, for a start, it hardly comes out. It's like dum 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 dum. So you're gonna really, really, really hit it in order to get a really good sort of round snare drum sound. Then we get to the foot trigger for the bass pedal. Dum 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 dum. Randomly, dum dum. I move my foot on the pedal very slightly. Dum dum. Like a bloody machine gun in there. What the fuck's going on? I thought, okay, it's me. It's me and my Gumby feet. All right, let's try and play with more close to the heel. Okay, let's try and keep the foot off the pedal, balancing on the toes and bringing the heel down. Oh, for fuck's sake. Right, Google. Oh, the Alesis has this problem. Blah, 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 blah. Now, I read a ton of reviews on Alesis, on this compact kit, because I was going to get a Yamaha one and the pedals were just shitty and flimsy. And I was like, oh, fuck that. And did not read one thing about this. I went through pages and pages, because I think they are made under a different company name as well in certain parts of the world. So I'm trying to find reviews. Then I Googled the pedal problem. There it is. Ring My Music Store. Billy Hyde, who I love, by the way, in Melbourne. Oh, yes, the Alesis, the Piles, the Ashtons. Yep, they all have this problem. Well, fuck, I wish I'd known before I spent $300 fucking dollars. Now, it brings me to my next point. Now, apart from the Roland TD1K, I believe, I could be wrong on that, so please correct me, which is the Roland entry-level kit. Most entry-level kits are absolutely shitty. And I've got to tell you this. When you get into drumming, and I've drummed on and off for a long time, when you get into drumming, you've got to start off with something that is going to I'm not going to use the word inspire. It's something that's going to make you want to keep going. Now, for a beginner drummer going, you might not get the triggering difficulties. Who knows? I have tried to go slow and I still got triggers. I'm no fast drummer by any stretch. But I think it's pretty shitty for a company of Alesis' caliber, who make the Alesis Nitro Mesh and the other one they make sort of in the higher bracket, to put out a kit with this known design flaw, which they offer to fix, and quite frankly, I don't want it. Just give me my fucking money back. I think it's pretty shitty of a company of Yamaha, and I have a lot of things to say about Yamaha, but I'm not going to go into that. Yamaha, Alesis, Pile, I'm not going to talk about them. The Artist Guitars drum kit, I don't even want to discuss that anymore because I heard a sound demo and I just wanted to die inside. If you're going to make a budget drum kit, fair enough, you're going to have to cut costs somewhere. But could you not make pads that feel like hitting concrete? Please? I mean, I realise they're geared for beginners and kids, which is another reason I kind of feel funny using them. But come on, give people something that is not going to scar them for life. You're wanting to get people into drums. And I gotta tell you, if this had been the first kit I've ever played on, and it's not, thank Christ, I'd be running the other way. I've had this thing for less than 48 hours now, and I'm already having to take the damn thing back. Now, electric drums, expensive hobby, really expensive. You know, it's going to set you back. Fair enough. I realise this. But you look at the beginner kits, the Alesis Compact Kit 7, the Compact Kit 4, which is about $150 Australian. Alesis 7 is $300. And then there's such a jump. You go to the Roland TD1, I think it is, which is their beginner kit. That's $700, $800, depending where you go. That's Australian. And then you just have a massive jump. Now, okay, you've got mesh heads, you've got chokeable cymbals, hi-hats, wonderful sturdy racks, great kits, excellent kits, but really, really prohibitive for someone, you know, who's trying to sort of get back in again. And I just think, come on, drum kit, you're good. Alesis have made some bloody good kits. They've made some shitty ones too, like the Compact Kit 7 and a couple of other series that they've made that just aren't up to the par. But come on, especially Yamaha, who just rest on their laurels and are just quite happy for people to buy the name. Come on, give people a budget kit that is at least some way decent. Give them a pad with a little bit of rebound. Come on, throw a trigger in throw a double trigger in somewhere. Throw a little bit of a chokeable cymbal. Surely it's not going to add that much to the cost, especially with the money that you're making off your higher end models. And even Roland. Now I looked at their entry level kit, and it sounds great. It sounds great, but it's $700. And I've heard that the hi-hat pedal can be very suspect after a while. So of course I don't want to dive into that. I've already blown $300, which I'm now trying to get back on an entry level kit. I think, come on. Give us something. Give us something a little bit better. I think you can do a bit better. Alesis, Roland, Yamaha. And, you know, then there's this whole bunch of companies that you've never even heard of that make these kits that just, no. And another thing, while I'm here, I never ever want to see any drum manufacturer worth anything putting such and such drum kit series USB. You know what that tells me when I read that you put USB in there? That tells me that you're admitting that your sounds are shit, okay? Your internal sounds are shit, and you absolutely need people to go to USB to get any sort of sound quality. And whilst we're on the subject of USB, let's talk about the Alesis Compact Kit 7's USB capabilities. USB cable not included. What a bitch for a start. Come on, you would have thought for $300 you could throw in just a standard basic length cable. People could buy their own lengths that they wish, plug it in. Set up Logic Pro, very common DAW. Unreliable, crashes around. Logic can't actually recognize it. It recognizes that there's a MIDI device, Compact Kit 7, but it really cannot interact. You try and set up key assignments for the pads. Nope, no result. Can't really recognize what pads you're hitting there, even on learn mode. So there goes one of the main selling points right there was the fact that you could download the Logic Pro sound library and get the really good kits, especially the plus ones like Brooklyn and Four on the Floor and whatever, and play along. Nope, not with this. So basically all I'm saying in a convoluted, whiny, bitching fashion is that I think companies could really lift their game in the budget regard, because if I was making a drum kit, I'd want a beginner to fall in love. And that's not going to happen with the Alesis or any of the Yamaha beginners, in my opinion. No one's going to love them for very long. And that's just not right. Especially with a drummer in their formative years when they're really starting to pick it up. It's just not good enough. And now I'm ending my rant.